morning YouTube! Today I am doing my January TBR. So I have new bookshelves and I'm so happy, and I just thought I'd share that with you because I haven't shut up about it for the past, I don't know, forever. So I do still have my old bookshelf, which is kind of over there, but I think I'm going to use that mostly for TBR stuff and proofs and also university books, which it turns out that I have 39 of. Too many books for university. So let me know what you think of my new background and shelves. I'm gonna stop moving my hands around now. So yeah, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I started the year with a fairly ambitious TBR. There are 9 books and 2 ebooks, and I don't read ebooks, so these are the first ones that I'll have ever actually tried to read. So also I don't have a Kindle there on my laptop because I've discovered that Amazon has this like Kindle app thing, I don't know, it works on laptops, so I'm gonna try and use it. So the first book that I'm gonna be reading this January is Unforgiven by Lauren Kate. This follows on from the Fallen saga, which featured Luce and Daniel, but this one is focusing around Cam and his love interest. So I may have actually read this today before I started filming this video. I couldn't hold off. It's really good. I think I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. Also, I have Goodreads now. Come find me on Goodreads. So yes, I read this book already. I don't want to give you a huge rundown on it, but I really enjoyed it. It was nice seeing what sort of happened to the world after Luce and Daniel's story. Trying not to give spoilers here. So yeah, I'm gonna pick this one up, but already have. Next up is actually Jacqueline Wilson's Lily Alone, and this is because my 10-year-old cousin, who I bought a bunch of books for over Christmas, decided to lend me this book, saying that apparently I am very much like Lily. So I don't know what to think of that, but I'm gonna read this so that I can tell her that I have. I don't usually read like the children's books, but she asked me to, so I'm gonna. Lily Alone. I did used to read a lot of Jacqueline Wilson when I was younger though, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm sure that I'll still like this book, even though it's a little bit below the sort of ages that I read for. Next up is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and this is because I actually have to write an essay on this for university. So I kind of need to read this within, I think, the next 3 days and write the essay, so wish me luck with that. I mean, it's a classic and I do like classics, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Next up is Graceling by Christine Cashaw, and I've been told loads of good things about this by people on YouTube, people around me, just loads of people, and I'm not too sure what it's about. I just really liked the cover. I thought it was so striking, and also on the back you've got a little sort of snapshot of fire, which also looks awesome. It reminds me of Brave, and I'm gonna have to get that one because it's beautiful as well. So yeah, kind of diving into this blind, but looking forward to it. The next book that I'm hoping to get to is Becca Fitzpatrick's Black Ice. Now, I really love Becca Fitzpatrick's writing. I've even had the chance to meet her before, and she is such an incredible woman, incredible author, love her to pieces. But I don't have a clue what this book is about because I've got a book proof, not intentionally, I just found it in a charity shop, knew I wanted to read the book, and it didn't actually occur to me that this was a book proof until I got home. Tried to see what it was about on the back, and it just has a pre-awareness campaign. I think this was from, yeah, 2014, October, so I'm not sure what this is about again, but it's Becca Fitzpatrick, so I'm sure I'll love it. I also really love the cover. I don't know if this was actually the final cover thinking about it, but it's really nice and I like it, and for a book proof this is really pretty. The next book is The Forsaken by Lisa M. Stas? I don't know how to say her name, sorry. Lisa M. Stas, The Forsaken, and this is meant to be good for people who like the Hunger Games, Maze Runner, stuff like that. The slugline at the top is no rules, no refuge, no escape, and that just sounds so intriguing. The blurb on the back is so short, but it just grips you immediately. It says, every teenager must take the test. If you pass, you live. If you fail, you're forsaken. So I really do get a strong dystopian Hunger Games-esque kind of vibe from this, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's a big old book too. I'm not sure if it's a season, but I'm definitely looking forward to reading a dystopian in January. This one also talks on the back about warring tribes of teenagers, which vaguely makes me think of Jennifer Wilson's Rising. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this one. I think I might have this as one of the first books that I pick up this month. So I also want to read Erafire by Sarah J Maas this month, and that's because I've read the first 2 in the series and just want to keep going. I've also picked up the novellas, as you've seen in my last video, and I kind of want to read that at the end of the series, so let me know if that's something that I should do, or does it take place during the kind of saga? I don't know. I'm thinking about reading it at the end. Maggie Stiefvater has released Sinner, which is kind of a standalone but follow-on in the same kind of world as the Shiver trilogy, and I really loved that trilogy, although the second one, I think it's called Linger, I have no idea where it's gone. I think it's just disappeared over the years because I only have the first and the third, so I'm definitely gonna have to replace that. But yeah, this looks really good. It's orange, it's pretty, and when you take the dust jacket off, literally, how cool does that look? It's bright orange, best colour in my opinion, and I just can't wait to get stuck in. I really love her work. So again, the blurb on the back of this one is very short. It talks about Cole and Isabel, which I presume are the main characters. Probably gonna be relationship, love interest, something like that. So this focuses around the world of werewolves, kind of paranormal romance, and I don't think I've seen this take on werewolves done before, so it's really interesting, and I completely recommend that you pick up the Shiver trilogy because they are so good, and if you like werewolves, it'll be a really interesting read. The last physical book that I intend to read in January is Teardrop by Lauren Kate. As you can tell, big Lauren Kate fan. Picked this up. So this one's sort of a romance, but with the whole paranormal magical aspects to it. I'm not too sure what it's about again. I feel like this is a theme with a lot of the books that I'm reading this month. Not too sure what they're about. I've just been sitting on my shelves, or I love the author, so I just buy them and decide to read them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one. There's actually a sequel to it as well, I found out recently, so I may have to pick that one up and get to it in February maybe? I don't know. We'll see how this one goes. So the 2 ebooks that I will be reading this month are Runes, which I shall attempt to put here if I can figure that out in After Effects. If not, I will put a link down below. Yeah, it's Runes by Edna Walters. I've seen Ben talk about this like 1,000,000,001 times, and I finally caved and downloaded it. The first book is free. I think there's like 4 or 5 in the series. I'm not 100% sure. It sounds really interesting, it looks really interesting, and I've just heard about it so much that I had to pick it up. So the second ebook that I'm going to attempt to read this month on my laptop is City of the Falling Sky by Joseph Evans. I will attempt to put this here also. So this is the Sekri sequence. I'm not sure how to say that. Sekri, I think. Sekri sequence book 1, so I think there's a few more in the series, and a lot of people have been commenting about it saying that it's sort of good for people who like Harry Potter, and I like Harry Potter, so we will see what this one holds in store for it. Runes and City of the Falling Sky, you are my foray into the world of ebooks. That's 11 books that I intend to read in the month of January, albeit I have read 1. 10 is still a pretty daunting number, especially starting back up at uni, so please forgive me if I don't read all of them, but I intend to give it my biggest go because all of these books look so interesting, and I didn't read this year as much as I would have liked, so I definitely intend to rectify that in 2016 and have a huge reading year. So I will see you next time. Bye!